Welcome, Sacramento soccer fans, to our Town Hall live show, hashtag SacVMB edition. Before we get started with tonight's show, I'm going to go ahead and play our usual introductory video, and we'll see y'all here in about a minute or so. So we'll see you soon. All right, and we're back once again. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us here tonight. We're really excited. We have a packed house tonight, more people than usual. So we're really excited to talk all things Sacramento versus Monterey Bay, which is going to be going on tomorrow, and also the great news that we woke up to this morning. Not an April Fool's joke, but our stadium is going to be a reality here pretty soon, and it might be a thing we actually see already next year. So exciting news to get a brand new stadium and to be in downtown. So should be all great, but we'll be talking about it here shortly as well. But before we get to all that, let's go ahead and introduce all the amazing co-hosts that we'll have here in tonight's show. First, I'm actually going to go here in the screen order that I have here, everyone here on the window screens that I have down below. First, let's go over to um, probably the Sacramento Republic fan that does the most traveling, and he has a lot of interesting stories to tell us all the time. And he's gone to multiple away games, and it's really amazing. William, welcome to our Town Hall Live. How's it going, man?
Yeah, everything's good, Louis. So it has been so long coming back here with you guys. So yeah, I am so pretty excited to be interviewing with you, everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, we're really excited to have you back on, and we can't wait to talk about tomorrow's game, which surely you'll be at, right? I'm sure.
Yes, I am officially.
Nice, great. Well, should be a good one. So glad to hear that.
hmm
Next, let's go over to the recent birthday boy, Jared. How's it going, man?
Doing excellent. Loved being out there the past weekend. Already waiting to find out next time I can get out there. But thankfully, the stadium news isn't a total April Fool's Day. So let's
hmm
hope it sticks. And believe me, if Phoenix Rising FC can pull stadium out of their backside in like 50 or some odd days, we can get this stadium done by next year. And also,
Sure.
William, great to have you back again. Always love having you on.
Thank you so much, Jared. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you make a good point. Yeah, I mean, if Phoenix could do it, then we could surely have something even sooner than them, right? Like we could have that happen. The lot's right there. Just start constructing, and we'll have a new stadium.
hmm
And thank you also to Sharon too. She's actually putting there on the screen. Notice Jared shaved his head. You can still donate to
Whoa.
St. Baldrick's, by the way. So if you go check out Jared's social media, he's been sharing the link around. So please go check that out. And speaking of Sharon, let's go ahead and introduce her as well. Welcome to the show, Sharon. How's it going?
Hi, everything is going good. It's been a great day. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Um, I'm so glad we're all here tonight and that we've got some incredible people on. By the way, teasing a little bit, this is not the signed scarf, but this is a scarf, Sac Republic scarf. And today's a special day. It's not an April Fool's. So, yeah, we have something really special happening today. So,
yeah, we have a signed scarf. This particular signature here, if you guys can recognize it, it's Dougie's signature. Out of course, many others too that are right here in this scarf. So, as we said, we're going to be giving this away. And if you want to retweet the tweet now, it's a little too late, but you have to stay tuned until the end of the show, and we'll actually reveal who is our winner. So stay tuned and find out who won. If you miss it, then we'll also be tweeting it out as well. So don't think it's only going to be on here. But if you want to find out right away, then stay tuned in. All right, great. Next, let's also introduce recently coming to us from Southern California. He had a really great vacation, it looked like. And again, I'm super thankful for the amazing tickets that he gave me last week. Ryan, how's it going, man?
Hey, everything's good. Happy belated birthday, Jared.
Thank you, Ryan.
I wish I knew sooner. I was a little bummed. I'm like, oh, man. So I hope you got to enjoy it.
Oh,
and
amazing weekend out there.
As I've told you, Luis, I got the scarf. I'm going to wear it every game this season. So I'm going to be representing, and I'm so excited about tomorrow. I will mention one thing real quick. There's going to be a surprise tomorrow for all of you to see at the game. So just wanted to mention that. There'll be a surprise.
Don't leave us hanging, Ryan.
Oh, you'll see it tomorrow. Trust me. You'll know tomorrow. There's a surprise, though.
Ooh.
The plot thickens.
Will it be? Let's see. We got Scott Bradford saying, "What's up, kids?"
Thanks, Scott.
There's our awesome beverage specialist. Hello, Scott.
He is everywhere, actually.
Yeah, and he's actually going to be going to El Paso against Central Valley Fuego Open Cup.
Nice.
Vion fan.
Yeah, so you'll have to let us know, Scott. Are you still looking for people? I know you were looking for people to whoever wanted to go from the Sacramento area. He had space in his car. I don't know if you filled your car yet, but if you haven't, then feel free to give a PSA that you have a seat available.
Yeah, I was thinking that isn't that match down in Fresno?
Yeah.
Okay, so not El Paso. Okay.
No. It's
no.
Tuesday, if I recall.
Oh, 2 seats out and 2 free tickets. I'm just saying that's a pretty good deal. Wow.
Better grab them while you can, folks.
Yeah, especially that game. It should be a good one.
Scott has killer connections, and I know who they are.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Well, that's really awesome. That game should be really good, and I'm glad Fuego doesn't have to travel, because it's already tough enough to play against the championship side, and you have to travel, then you're kind of making it tougher for them. Yeah, there you go. Dala Fuego. Which, if those of you who haven't seen them yet, they actually introduced their new jerseys, which look really cool. So if you haven't seen them, go check out their socials. Our very own podcast Magic actually wore the home jersey, and it's really cool. So I believe they're for sale as well.
And also, apparently, the 2XLs do run a little big. So that's hope for me.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Glad that's the case. All right. Well,
speaking of that, what about
April 6th?
Okay, next week.
What was that?
What about the Republic kit? I mean, is it just going to be the same as last year? I've asked Connor. I've asked multiple people. Everyone's like, they're coming. It's like it's stuck on the boat, I'm guessing. So they just say it's coming. I just don't know what that is or what that means yet.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, because there's been a few teams already that have done their kit reveals. I mean, this would be kind of late in the season, albeit it's only the 4th week, to introduce a new kit, unless it's maybe a third kit, which, oh my God, I hope it's not a third kit. Those things are cursed.
Oh yeah, yeah. As long as it's not
Ooh.
that. Well, I mean, I think if we want to actually feel like there should be a new one because there is no 2022 home jersey on sale, and they're not selling the one that we're using now. So I'm assuming just based on that that we might be getting a new one. Otherwise, I feel like they'd be stocked up.
I have no home jersey right now. Everything's signed by Jaime last year, so it's like I have to wear my alternatives and the other ones.
I guess
Ooh.
technically I should go get an away kit.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Bring back the gold hoops.
I still have mine.
Yeah, they should. That jersey actually was pretty cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
raise your
Yeah,
hand if
they
you have
are.
like the very first version of the hoops, the gold hoops. Raise your hand. Got a gold hoop? Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, no. But it was a nice one. If they want to remake it, I wouldn't be opposed. Like the hoops, the silver hoops, right, from a couple seasons ago. That was a nice one as well.
Yeah, those are good.
Um, all right, well, hey, let's go ahead and talk about just the big news that happened today, right? The new stadium, right? I know everyone wants to talk about it and just our thoughts on it. And from what they're saying, Kevin said that they're thinking of even having it ready by next year, which is, a really great, just like speedy process. Hopefully everything turns out great, right? But I mean, can you imagine next year, new stadium, and in a year, so quick? I
Well,
want to hear what your
I
thoughts are.
just hope it's not like your typical pop up. Um, so the one that we're in right now is considered a pop up stadium where it's a lot of
Mhm.
metal and I mean, come on, it's a pop up, and I think wasn't it Phoenix that built a pop up as well, or was it Las Vegas? One of the
No,
two.
it
Or
was
was it
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Phoenix built
Yeah,
Yeah,
also?
exactly.
because they basically when they took the stadium down when they were across from Tempe Marketplace, they basically put it up piece by piece in Chandler, and then last year they added on to that. So they pulled a Bonnie Field basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And so this one, the original rendition of the MLS stadium was a dug into, a depressed stadium. It wasn't like this. This one looks like a pop up. So I don't know. Um, I hope it's not tinny and metal. But if they're going to build it in a year, my hunch is it's going to be a pop up. But I'll tell you what, a
Yeah.
stadium in the rail yard, in my opinion, is better than having a rented stadium at a different location. So if this is, yeah, Tina, but so do y'all think it's going to be like a pop up? I mean, it looks like a pop up in a way.
No, it's not
No?
going to be.
Okay,
No.
tell us about it, Ryan.
So yeah, they have, from what I've known for a little while, as obviously MLS delayed, they want to still build something. Kevin wants to follow through for the community of Sacramento. He was gonna do something regardless, right? Obviously going to MLS would be our dream, but got to build for right now. The idea is to be able to expand this to, if we go to MLS in the future, they'll be able to grow the stadium. This is not going to be a pop-up stadium. It's going to be an MLS grade stadium, a miniaturized version of it. The people that are designing the stadium have built actual real stadiums. They don't build with just steel pipes and hook it up kind of like what we have at Hardell Park. So they wouldn't be going with still an architecture designing this type of stadium through someone that actually builds these things for other professional sports. If it was just something they were going to get a little bit more cheaply. I really think, in just from past experience and knowing kind of our heartbreak of MLS, I will not be shocked if Kevin does this the right way. City of Sacramento deserves it. Mayor Daryl Steinberg has said it, and I'm just curious to see how they're going to do it. Is it going to be exactly like what it shows? And for me, as a personally, as well as hopefully for fans, I'm excited for hopefully some field seats on the home side, which we don't have, kind of like the championship stadium in OCSC in Orange County. So we'll see, right? I've always heard rumors of 23. I've heard it up to 24. They do want to get it out way before the World Cup. Um, we'll see, right? I mean, the pandemic's lasted longer than we thought. So we don't know what's going to happen here, but hopefully it is.
Yeah, reading some of the information that I had gone through, the folks that are behind this design, they've helped build Allegiant Stadium down in Las Vegas, for Raiders fans. There's another state. There was a couple other stadiums that were involved, but this sounds like a major firm that's helping getting this designed. Now, Kevin mentioned that, like Ryan said, should we actually get into the MLS, or if FIFA requires additional modifications, as far as FIFA rules go, they can expand it up to 20,000, and it almost looks like that this may just be like an expansion, kind of similar to how they did Bonnie Field. They might expand like the top edges, possibly. Maybe I'm wrong in that. I'm not an architecture expert, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do something like that, or if they perhaps make a connection to the rows to make it almost look like the original. I mean, the first generation design, but we'll see. And as far as Scott's question, as far as if we're just giving up on MLS, it's actually been stated that we're still pursuing MLS investors, but right now that's more towards the back burner compared to the stadium right now, because Kevin ultimately wants a stadium there, MLS or no MLS. And it's not just the stadium, it's also the surrounding development. We're talking about retail, housing, so many other items that are going to be built around the stadium, because this is ultimately going to double the size of downtown Sacramento.
Absolutely. And to go on your point about how they would build the stadium, I don't know if you remember Providence Park a couple years ago, how they expanded on the opposite side, the away side, and they grew it up above to make the stadium bigger. They could possibly do something like that, right? That stadium had room to grow, and they actually started building it to have more capacity. And then the other thing to tie into Allegiant Stadium, they also built a Chase Center. So if you're from our Golden State Warriors,
That was the other one I was thinking
beautiful
of.
brand new stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
They know what they're doing. I mean, they're not. Allegiant Stadium is an NFL, the newest stadium. You got Chase Center, one of the newest NBA stadiums. TQL, which has been built by them too. So they know what they're doing. That's why I really believe this is not going to be some hookup pop shop stadium. They're going to want to do this right, because the goal is to hopefully eventually we can go to MLS. But regardless of that, like what you said, if we don't, we're still going to go USL. And if you know what Mayor Darryl Steinberg has said in the past, and if you know what Kevin Nagel said, is he still wants to honor Sacramento. He wants to still build something and give back to this community. Being a philanthropist, and he's always done well for Sacramento County, he's going to follow through one way or another. And I would be shocked if he doesn't build this right.
I put a question down on the bottom, a ticker. It says, where's the money coming from? Discuss amongst yourselves.
Kevin.
All Kevin?
Coming from Kevin.
All Kevin.
He's fronting all the money for this. Wow. You also got to remember the commercial, the retail, and the housing. There's so much. So the stadium's a part of this, but they're still wanting to build that. They want to extend downtown Sacramento. So he'll front for the stadium. All that other stuff, I don't know. There could be more people involved with it, right? I'm sure he's a heavy piece of it, but if everyone's worried about, well, okay, he's going to do this, what is he going to gain, right? For USL, is he going to make all his money back? There's real estate and all this other stuff involved. He's going to make his money at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But I think
especially if there's commercial and residential development. I mean, there's money in all of that. And I don't see the housing market slowing down at all. You look at all the apartment complexes that have been built, and apartment homes that have been built throughout Sacramento region, and they're filling up fast. Even some of our players live in a couple of the high rises downtown. So you're right, Ryan. I think he's going to be fine. And plus, we talked about this on one of our other podcasts. There's no way we're going to pass up all, and they even wrote about it in the article the Sac Republic did, that we don't want to pass up on, I don't want to say freebies that we were given by the city of Sacramento, but we were given a lot of good free stuff. We can't pass on that. That was like, it was the MLS platter. So let's eat off that and get this thing done.
Yeah, especially since there's a lot of cost that goes with that. But I think just kind of going back to what Sharon was saying about if he's gonna make back his money and all that too. Let's also I think that like they're also gonna be doing concerts here, right? Doing like other events, right? And there's so the stadium I feel is gonna be open even in the off season, right? And even during the season too. I wouldn't be surprised that they'll try and pull a concert while we have an away match, and then as well as other things as well, right? I'm sure like regional soccer tournaments, we'll have them here. College tournaments will surely be here as well. So I think there's a lot of events that, and especially Sacramento doesn't really have that many outdoor venues, right? And sometimes you want to have an outdoor event, and usually they go to Hart Hall Park, right, to do some of those events. But now you got this spot, which is going to be a lot more enticing, I think, to anyone who wants to hold an event versus going to Cal Expo, which nothing against them, but this is just going to be the spot being in downtown.
Exactly.
And as you probably remember, we were supposed to get an NWSL women's team, and then that didn't happen. But by building the stadium, it also opens the doors back for potential discussions. If we don't go MLS, maybe they'll go with an NWSL team, right? So there's a lot of things that can happen. We don't know, but I don't think Sacramento is going to be out. If they do this right, NWSL might want to still have a franchise here. It's a lot cheaper than MLS, right? So, and it's a big media market. So again, there's so much opportunity and good that can come out of this stadium and for the community. I'm huge optimistic about it.
Then also, given the recent festivals, we of course have Aftershock, which is being held at Discovery Park. The promoters that are producing that show have also introduced a country festival almost immediately after that. So you figure if you're going to have another major outdoor venue, that's even more festivals that you can have in the Sacramento area, especially downtown. I mean, you could imagine having Old Sac at one part, and then just a few blocks away having the new stadium, and then also Golden One. So you're going to open yourself up to more opportunities for outdoor events. Kevin's already mentioned, as well as having high school and college tournaments, also opening itself up to rugby, lacrosse, other sports. I mean, bear in mind, we did have a rugby team for one season over at what was Bonnie Field. Granted, it didn't garner a lot of fans, but at least the potential is there, possibly to have maybe college rugby or other events. But also, as far as the infrastructure, I know there were still some items still have to be taken care of, but there may be a very, very minimal portion that Kevin may need to get partnership with from a financier, but that's probably going to be minimal. Some of the other permits or so may have to have retouching because of the fact that we're going from the first generation design, which would have been like 24,000, and just trimming it down to like 10 or 12,000, but that's easily taken care of. So a lot of the heavy lifting has already been done as far as the paperwork goes. We just need to get the shovels going as quickly as possible.
The one thing, and I'm sorry, I have one last thing to say about it, is the one thing I hope is when I was in the city council meeting and they were showing the MLS stadium and they were talking about housing, and they're going to have part of that for the underserved community that just doesn't have the financial means to afford some of the more expensive homes. I hope they also follow through with that. To me, it's very important to give back to people that are definitely in need, and I'm curious to see. I know that they mentioned they're going to have town halls at some point. We'll see how that goes, but those are questions I have. I mean, are they going to stick with what they originally were talking about of what they're doing for the community of Sacramento? Because that's very important, as well as the jobs. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's something they need to take a look at and see what'll go on. But I think surely there's going to be a lot of things around there, right? A lot of things that they had mentioned before, because this is going to make downtown that much bigger, right? As you guys were saying earlier. So that should be quite interesting. So Scott said, are we going towards staying in USL then, since it's only 12,000 seats? We giving up on MLS for now. According to the article, they say that it'll be about 12 to 15,000, but Kevin did state that there's that potential of it being expanded up to 20,000, which would be a decent sized stadium for MLS. So, I mean, there's the option to expand it. So that's the neat thing, right? Is that once you build it, at least you leave that room, which, just looking at the picture here, I wonder what side that would be. But either way, right? If there's a way you could just keep stacking the stadium and making it bigger, then that's great. And we've seen teams around the world actually do that. The first one that comes to mind to me, and I was at the stadium before they made it bigger, was in Tijuana for the Cholos Quintles, the Liga MX team there. They expanded their stadium too, and looks pretty amazing now that they did an additional expansion. So you could do that with stadiums, and they could still look even more amazing. So that's the good thing, is that he's leaving room in case there's that possibility.
I really think, again, I don't know everything, but my guess is if we're going to have a shot to get another pro team outside Sacramento Republic, I really think we might have a better shot at an NWSL team, just because the league's still growing, and it's cheaper, so it's easier to get done faster than trying to get bigger whales still and try to get enough money. Because as you've seen, how much what Major League Soccer is asking for the stadium, just for the rights to join into the league, it's going to be more expensive. I mean, we're not talking about $250 million. It's going to be in the $300 million range. So I'm curious to see how this really plays out. But there's definitely options. Major League Rugby, another option down the road. You never know.
We could try it again.
Right. True. Another attempt.
And lacrosse.
Yep. Exactly.
Right? Lacrosse. Mm-hmm. Hey, let's shift gears. I have a question for everybody. I don't have kids, and I don't know if any of you guys have kids, but come on. Kids are in bed. They should be. I mean, it's dark out. Let's talk about what's coming up on Saturday. I want to shift focus. I really want to get into what we're thinking about the game, and I've got some other questions lined up for everybody. So let's start juicing up. Are we ready to move on away from the stadium and move into the game on Saturday?
Yes.
I think
we're
going
to meet the taters.
Yeah, I think we're ready. We'll be talking a little bit more about it on our next podcast recording. So I think we'll leave more talk about that for the next one.
So Luis, if you don't mind throwing up the scoreline predictions, that's the first thing we always have to get off the table. What does everybody think of the scoreline? And then we'll start getting into who do you think the starting 11 is, and which team scores first, and who will score first for Sac Republic, and who's going to come off the bench and make a big difference, who's going to get the first yellow card of the game, and all of those questions that we always love talking about and digging into on the live show. So the scoreline for Luis and Jared and myself, your main hosts, I listened to... I can't believe Luis and I twinned with the score of 3-2 and Douglas Martinez scoring the first goal. And then Jared wanted to with Emil Cuello as the first scorer. And what was his scoreline?
Nope.
No, I said you wanted to, but you didn't pick him.
Okay, wanted to, but picked Nick Ross.
Yeah, you picked a bold prediction.
Yeah, Nick Ross, the boss. 2-0 was it? 3-2, me and you.
He got 2-0 over Monterey, scoring 0 goals. We have no idea who's going to be in goal because we have no idea what happened to Carlos. That was on our podcast that we just had. Nobody told us whether he was injured, he had to leave, whatever. So, hey, bye, Scott. Oh, Scott, bold prediction. Hey, who's your first scorer? Who's going to score the goal for us? Scott, come on, cough it up.
Be nice if we got a 3-0, just like Jared said last time, right? I would not mind losing points tomorrow.
That's true.
Oh, I love Tina's prediction.
Oh, Tina 2-1. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm going I'm going 2-1-2
2-1-2.
All right.
based on statistics of how the team's done so far.
Yeah. I know. Luis and I saw that Monterey can score. Oh, Douglas scores tomorrow and Roro. I like your predictions. See, okay, you guys all know that I'm a Keko fan, a huge Keko fan, and I have a funny feeling to pull the rabbit out of the hat again. You guys know. Okay. Oh, Dougie Martinez scoring first. Way to go, Scott. Okay, I know you got to go off to work.
Keko scores the goal first.
Okay, you got see, you and I,
Yes.
Ryan, we're both huge Keko fans. I don't know about you, but yeah.
I love all the haters who are hating on him, saying, "Oh, he's already made his money. He's done with La Liga. He's coming here for the sun. Blah blah blah." And if you watch that goal he did, that's skill of how he got around the goalkeeper and knows the defenders. He's going to have a good year, I think. Still.
Yeah.
I love how apparently I started a trend with Dougie the past couple games. Now everybody's jumping on.
Everyone, well, I mean, look at what he's done.
Yeah, we
Roro
are.
deferred to him on the PK. It's like Roro was going to step up and take the PK, and he gives it to Dougie, and it's like, dude. I think he wants everybody to fall in love with Dougie, which is what's not to like, Tina, right? Come on, Tina.
Roro's passing on the crown.
No. Tina and I have a reason we like Dougie. Thank you. Oh, no. Well, okay. All right. No, that part about Keko, but I'm talking about Dougie. Tina, come on. Back me up here. Girl.
I can guess one reason why. The brotherhood.
Thank you, Tina.
There we go. The brotherhood of the traveling shorts.
So if any of the players are listening to this, if any of the guys roll their shorts up, we know they listen to this. We know that Tina and I, they listen. They listen to me and Tina.
You know who else listened to you and Tina? The team for their April Fool's joke today. Did you guys see that?
What? No, what?
It's in their story.
Yeah, they said that the newest summer collection. Was it Dougie pranked? It was Souza and who was the other? Was it Zeko, right? Zico and Souza?
Zico.
They got pranked by Dougie. So the team told them that we were gonna have a new summer clothing selections, right? And one of those were like really short shorts. So they took pictures at in their studio. Yeah. Tina saw that. Did you see it?
I'm surprised it didn't model it at Raging Waters. That would only make sense.
Oh, Raging Waters.
Exactly.
Yeah. Being right there, huh?
Love the
Tina, I was kind of busy today. I did a trash cleanup and then I rode my bike over to the winery and I barely got back in time to here. So Tina, I didn't see the April Fool's joke, but thank you for sharing that. You guys for sharing what it was. So I appreciate that. And right on, Tina.
Yeah, she says in Keiko as well. Yeah, Keiko actually was also a part of that April Fool's joke. He also got joked around with it.
I love it. Hey, you got to break them in. It's not called hazing anymore, right? It's called, they can't call it that. What's it called? Oh, I have no idea. There's another word, but it's not hazing.
Camaraderie?
I would say...
initiation or something like that.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Initiation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which is pretty safe.
On the breakaway at some point.
So Dougie's breakaway, you guys. Dougie's breakaway, what? 3 steps? He's gone, right? How's Monterey's back line? Do we remember from the preseason friendly how fast or slow they were? Do we remember? Anyone?
Yeah, I recall that moment. Yes, exactly.
But actually, you were at the game Oakland against Monterey, right, William?
Yeah, I was. Because I know Monterey, because Monterey has been improved to be better over the Oakland Roots SC since last Saturday, which I was there. And I was thought of like the Oakland Roots have been playing so very well often, but however, I don't know what just happened to Oakland Roots. They've been scanning a little bit struggle in between actually, because however Monterey has been found a better connection, because I do remember recall this because Chase Boone, he is kind of a bit British American like. He played flawlessly across both goals attempt. And I was like, whoa, I guess Chase Boone has been playing very flawless at this time. I'm sure the Sacramento Republic FC players really needs it needs to be much more fiercer and be much more precisely careful about Chase Boone's attempted goals because he is really confident, ready to be handled this game. And finally for Hugh Roberts scoring of that goal from the last minute, I was like, oh man, I never thought thought Oakland Roots should be handled to win, but unfortunately they aren't because Monterey Bay, they are the pretty excited brand new team to watch out for.
Well, and as I said in the last podcast, Frankie Yallop, I mean, he's that startup guy. He's done a lot of startups. He's done a lot of takeover, get a team back in order kind of guy. So I think they really do trust his coaching. Let's face it, Frankie Yallop is not a slouch. And to have him in the championship in USL, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
exactly
what I
right.
was saying a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's because of him. I was telling everyone, like, don't count them out this year. They got something to prove. They're going to give every team a hard time to beat. They want to make their standpoint kind of like Oakland Roots did last year. They're going to work very hard this year. They're not going to be an easy team just to roll over and beat.
Exactly right. With some of those brand new teams coming up throughout the 2022 season, it is going to get much more challenging at this time.
All right, guys, let's talk about the starting 11. Who do you got in goal? Do you think Carlos is back? Do you think he's injured? There's no news. That's a sore spot for us as far as who's going to be in the 11 because we absolutely have no clue on the keepers. So Danny V, Carlos, another backup, who knows? And so is it do we start with the same 11 that we started, last weekend? What do you think? Give us your opinions.
So, sorry, I didn't want to be the first one to talk.
Okay, so Tina broke the conversation. She says Danny's going to be in goal. So,
Yes.
So Danny Vidiolo.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, Danny V is probably going to be in goal. We have no idea what happened to Carlos. So, Tina, unless you have insider information and talked to some of the players or watched any of the film that Sac Republic posted about, some of their training sessions. Did we see Carlos in training sessions? I don't know. I didn't watch because I've been kind of busy. So did anybody see
He may actually, but I'm not sure.
I asked, and I'm waiting to hear back, and I haven't got a solid answer if he's going to be or not.
Okay.
I've been trying to find out. I like him.
Yeah, we all like Carlos. But, Danny got his first game jitters out of the way, right? Do you think he's got his first game jitters out of the way? Now he's going to be a little bit more settled?
I would say so. I mean, he other than the one goal that went through, he looked like he had a pretty solid game. So I think, that the first game jitters are done and out of the way. It is still a mystery as far as what's going on with Carlos because I haven't really seen anything either. They just only refer to him as being unavailable last week. But I don't know. I think we see Danny in between the pipes this week.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get Connor to answer that question for us.
You know what? We don't have
not?
the music. We seriously don't have the music right now. But every time you guys know when we say the word Connor, cue the music. We don't have it. Can we get some kind of music? Yeah.
We have music in the background.
Yeah. So you guys, is Faraday Sosa? I hear the music. Is Faraday Sosa going to start or is it Duke Lacroix?
I think it's going to be Jacker or Duke Lacroix. I think Sosa's played phenomenal this year. They both have. I'm assuming if they're going to put Duke back in, it's going to be Jacker. It's a guess. Crop shot. I have no idea.
Got it. All right. So what do you think about the rest? I think we're pretty much all in agreement. If Duke is starting, Sosa's going to come in, or if Sosa starts, Duke will come in for the second half. because they're kind of giving him a few more minutes, right?
Yeah.
Luis?
Yeah, I think Duke is probably gonna be in the bench again, but of course it all depends on how he feels, right? Because after the last game, he's got all this like energy in him, I'm sure, right? He wants to be back on the pitch and get a starting 11 opportunity, but it all really depends on how well he feels to start, right? So I wouldn't be opposed if he doesn't start, bring him in as a sub again too. But if he's 100% and he feels like he's ready, then why not? Let's have him be back in the starting 11 and make an impact from the get go.
I think we all agree with Tina about Jack.
Yeah,
I just put that one up. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and Jared hopes he scores tomorrow, of course. Right? No, not that. Never mind. You
it's-
said Nick Ross, yeah.
Yeah, he said Nick Ross and Boston.
I'm not going to complain if Jack Gurr scores.
Right?
Well,
But
at one
we-
point you
Yeah,
said
why not?
Jacker, I
Yeah.
think. Did we? Oh no, no one said Jacker. I thought
It was another.
Yeah.
It was a different week. No, you
Oh, it
guys.
was,
we need Jack Gurr to learn the dance. He's got moves like Jagger. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to learn it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this midfield, is it going to be LaGrassa, Luis Fernandez, Nick, Roro, Keko? Is this what we're looking at midfield wise, or is there going to be another change where Matt LaGrassa sits and they bring in somebody else to the midfield? What do you guys think? Do we start with this? Are we starting like this? I mean, if we're playing coach, we get to put whoever we want out here, right?
So just remember this. Tomorrow is April 2nd. When's the Open Cup game?
The 7th.
So that's 5 days,
Yeah.
right? And they'd love to have 6 days, right, in between games. So when it's shorter, right, kind of like when we do our Saturday and then we go to Wednesday and then or have a Saturday game. So I'm very curious to see if they switch it up a little bit, just because the Open Cup game, and we want to do well in Open Cup. So this is going to be very interesting because I have no idea who's going to start tomorrow.
Yep. Possible predictions. Yep.
All right, let's move to the strikers. We've got Dougie. Who else is up there? Let's shut the comment off.
Roro and Keko. It's going to stay the same,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So
I think it stays the same.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd go for
they,
that.
They had a really good showing in the last game, so I mean, if anything, and if it's not the same, then I would probably see Zico starting.
Zico's only
As-
had 17 days of training compared to the 5 weeks that everybody else has had. So think about that as well.
Mario Panagos. Don't forget
Mario
about
Pinellas did a good job. Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
forget
There goes,
about
yes,
it.
exactly.
true.
Right. The young
Super
guy.
Mario.
He should get more minutes. Like, be subbed in earlier if he does. Well, I think he'll be subbed in, but hopefully he gets more time, right? Because the last game he made an impact and
Yeah, he did.
the amount of time he had. So
Yeah.
And Rafa's made a lot of strides in the off season. The coaches, from when I've talked to him, they like him. I think he's going to do well this year. So he might get more minutes too. I mean, we might see him tomorrow. He might come off the bench. Who knows?
So let's talk about Archimed and Zico as subs. And I agree with you. Okay, did you guys see how often Luther was fouling guys left and right? Luther's a freaking load, right? Not only is he tall, but he's thick. And, he's going to be that point player, right? It's like get it to the tall guy and let him, bounce things off of himself. As long as people follow him, he's going to create a lot of interruption. What did you guys like and dislike about Luther? I just like the amount of fouling he did. It's like, oh, let's not get a yellow card. And I think he did. Did he get a yellow card? I don't remember. I think he might have gotten a yellow.
I was expecting Luis to do more fouling, and it became him. So he's going to replace Luis this year as the yellow card king.
You think, Archimed? Yeah, that's
I
not
don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
It's a good point. That's a
If
good
he
point.
plays that way all season, for sure.
There you go. So we already talked a little bit about who's going to come off the bench and make a difference, but I want to know. I know there's some predictors out there that think that Monterey is not going to score first, but in your heart of hearts, who do you think?
Let's see, because I
Republic.
remember the recall. The Republic will be. Yeah, exactly right. Because I know Monterey Bay can easily beat Oakland so easily, but for the Sacramento, however, they did play the friendlies before and they handle very well. So hopefully, it will be the similar feat, just just like that. Hmm.
I think everybody agrees based on the silence I'm hearing. I think everybody agrees that, of course,
I
we'll
guess
score
we are
first.
agreeing. Yes.
But we've dug ourselves out of holes in the past. These
I,
home
well,
games, we've been
I
down goals, and we've had to come back and win.
I would say actually I disagree. I think we're gonna start losing. Just like in the past
Really?
two home games, I think we get scored on again too, and we're gonna hopefully pull another third comeback. But it's not gonna be easy. But I
Mm,
just that's what I think it's gonna be like too. And if you guys watched the game against the game against Oakland, right? As you know, William, right? Like they were
hmm.
winning, right? And then Oakland pulled a
Yeah.
comeback shortly, right? But then Monterey kind of pulled another comeback on him. So just like I said on the show last week,
Mhm,
this is a team that we can't be as confident with, right? And even if we do
mhm,
pull a comeback, like like just don't celebrate until that referee blows the whistle, because this
mhm,
team could score on you last minute and actually end up beating you at home, just like they did against Oakland. And that was
mhm.
an intense game. I saw it on TV. I know, William, you said you were there, and it was
Yep.
something else. So never discount this team.
Yep,
Exactly right. Hmm.
I can see that. Also, if you've noticed with this team so far from what we've seen since preseason, this is not like last year's team. This is not a team we go down, they go and say, oh crap, put their heads down and freak out. When they do get scored on, they still play well with the passing and the short with their feet. They make mistakes, but they've been pretty composed so far. So I think the confidence is there, and we'll see. I mean, anything can happen.
That's funny, Ryan,
Yep.
because
Mhm.
we so remember our feelings and our emotions from last year. We talk a lot about the Joseph A. Banks ties, how many ties we had. Thank you to Jared for always bringing that up. But, and so we're so patterned emotionally for, oh, darn, our heads go down. This team is really helping us break that habit, but it still happens when we get scored against first, that feeling of, oh, here we go again. But then, our guys so far have shown us twice that, they can come from behind and win. So I like that. I like what you've said, Ryan, and I like that. So we always talk about cards, which is like my favorite thing. Um,
And we haven't had a player dynamically like Sosa in
no,
the back.
you're right.
We have not had a
Mhm.
guy like Jagger, the way he plays, the
Mhm.
Mhm.
physicality factor outside Duke Lacroix. You know,
Yep.
our center, you got Dan, he's gonna be fine. Connor Donovan, right?
I
He's gonna
know.
do okay, I think. I mean, I think we'll be fine. We just have certain pieces we did not have last year. Actually, we didn't even have it the year before. So if it works the
Mhm.
way I think it does, I think we can do very well this year. We'll
You know,
see.
before we go into that, I got to ask you guys a question. And this was something that was on my brain today because you
Mhm.
mentioned Connor Donovan, but you didn't mention Lee Gibson. So,
But
what
Desmond, right?
Lee Desmond, sorry.
Oh,
What do you think about the captain's choices? I mean, Roro was a natural.
yeah.
Lee
Mhm.
Desmond, total head snap. Was not expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know, right? When I found out about it on our chat, I was like a little shocked about that, because I thought the natural leader after Roro would have been, Lagrasa, maybe, right? Because he was with Republic a while back. He's the MLS veteran at
Mhm.
this point. He's the hometown guy, right? Like you would
Yeah.
think
Or
it's
even
probably him.
Keko, or even Keko. I
I
don't
was
know.
thinking
Keiko,
maybe
yeah.
Louis. I was thinking Luis Felipe. I mean,
Hmm.
given how
Yeah,
hard nosed he plays.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's too quiet.
He's
That's the
quiet.
problem.
Yeah,
He's
you're
not
right.
as
Exactly
vocal,
right.
and we saw that last year. He's good, but he's not vocal. Last year we had issues with the guys
Mm.
talking to each other, holding
Exactly,
everyone
Ryan.
accountable. Mark Briggs talked to that when I talked to him about it, And this year, I agree. I think LaGrassa should have been co-captain with
Mhm.
Roro or Keko. I can see how Keko isn't because he's still trying to learn the language and be more
Mhm.
comfortable in
Yeah.
this environment because the
Mhm.
game plays differently here with pace more than how they play the long ball in La Liga. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the more of he wants to focus on that instead of try to take the bull by the horn and be the main guy.
So Lee Desmond, there was a little video that was shown. Duke too. Yeah, you're right. What about Duke? And
Oh.
things change throughout the season. So the thing that I saw on one of the videos, and I don't know if it was a video or if I saw it just from a distance, is Lee Desmond. I witnessed him being that halftime talk person in the huddle or the pregame guy who was like totally talking. This hand motion right here next to my thing is that a person talking. Um, is Lee was doing like all of that, that high intensity, get the team riled up thing. So maybe that's why he got the selection. But we don't know him very well. I mean, he hasn't.
Mhm.
We don't know him. We don't. You know.
Yeah, at least on the field, as I always say, I haven't been too pleased with his performances, right? Like, there's been a lot of missed passes, and he just doesn't seem like he's confident on the pitch, and that's why I don't see him as a captain, right? Because he doesn't show that confidence on the field. So, maybe coach sees something different in him, right? I mean, that we're just talking game day, but yeah, that's why I was a little surprised, especially when we have other guys who have been with the team already in previous seasons. Just like Tina said, Duke is another one that comes to mind too, and even Dan Casey as well, right? So
Yeah, Dan's still a young guy though. I
but
can
he's
see
very
he needs
vocal.
very
And
vocal.
he speaks his
Exactly.
mind. He holds the line accountable. He comes from Ireland in the top team there, so it's a little bit different of how they do and the reason why they've done so well in that league. So he understands more the leader thing. I think he could be a leader. So
Well, obviously they see something in Lee, and isn't Lee Irish as well? I thought Lee was from Ireland as well. No? Yeah? I thought we had Dan and Lee are two Irish guys. Am I getting that all mixed up? thought-
Lee is from Ireland as well, yeah.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah, exactly.
I have a funny feeling that Lee is that vocal vocal Irishman. We'll see how long it lasts. Nothing against him, but I kind of have a one of our goals was scored directly because Lee didn't clear the ball adequately. We'll put it that way. A knockdown rebound opportunity, and we got a goal shoved right down our throats because of Lee. And I know that's one of the things that Luis was kind of watching. He's really critical. We're watching him. It's like we let Dan Casey have all the pass in the world. It's like, oh, he can do no wrong. He's our favorite child. But Lee, he's the new guy, and it's like, oh, we're watching you. We're watching you, dude. So you better get it right.
Yeah, especially when you have a couple of just missed passes, right? Or you pass it to someone and they weren't anywhere near the ball, and just those little things that you notice. And again, it's maybe too early, but still, it's just a little surprising. But I mean, on the flip side, Roro is going to be playing most of those minutes. Hopefully, he doesn't get injured. There was a close one there at halftime in the last game.
That knee.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Witness that.
So let's talk about which team gets the first card and which player is it. We always think it's going to be us, because the refs are always against us. So, and I always go with Luis Felipe, but so far he's proven me wrong.
I still don't have their roster down, but I say Monterey's going to end up getting the first yellow.
All right.
I think we will, and I think we'll get Dan Casey.
Oh, good choice.
I think so, because he's going to be very physical in this game. They're going to try to break the back line. I can see him really trying to step up and take lead back there. Again, I don't know. We'll see, but that's just my thoughts.
I think we get the
exactly
yellow,
right.
and it's Roro who picks up the yellow. Another one right to the collection.
Add to his collection of yellow roses. I'm going with Jack Gurr getting the first yellow. No, he's not getting a goal. He's going to get a yellow. He's gonna take somebody out on the sideline.
Well, I mean, he is, he's one of those players that could easily get yellows, right? We know
Yeah.
he's got that like fiery attitude, which is good, right? I mean, we would like those players that are like super intense. You're losing, and they're just like, all right, let's go, right?
He's our new Jordan McQuarrie.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
think so.
Actually, yeah, I could see that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
William, who do you got as your first yellow? Did you say?
Ah,
Is it Monterey
there
or
are
is it us?
so. I believe it will be Monterey players. Yes.
All right. Fair enough. Do
In
you
my
think it's one of their
in my
strikers getting
opinion,
all
yeah.
hot? Do you think it's one of their strikers getting a little bit hot because they can't get past us?
Yeah, exactly right. True.
Maybe it's Rafa Diaz because he's wasting time.
Rafa Diaz, yeah, exactly right. I recall that. True.
Well, if
Plays
he's
to
okay,
be defense.
I know
He
you.
did
you
play defense very well often, but however, because he's kind of losing his confidence actually.
You were at the game, William, and he did get subbed out last minute, right? They actually had to sub in a player because they were out of subs. But how did Rafa Diaz look like? How did he look like in the bench? Because I haven't even checked if he's even going to be playing, right? Because he had to be subbed out.
Yeah, exactly right. Which I did witness that because he did get his major injuries because the problem is he cannot envision of their players because the problem is because when he kicked the ball, when then the ball suddenly and then a lot of people have been completely a collusion around the corner, but at this time, I guess his vision is gonna seem out of luck, actually. So he might be taking some time off to figure out his injuries. So hopefully might be going to missing a free games possibly. So
Oh,
yeah, I think that might be a possibility to make sure that he might be didn't seem to see it clearly actually.
yeah. Maybe he doesn't want to play against Republic, right? He's like, official home game, official game. I don't want to go back there. I'll let someone else go and
Yeah,
go.
exactly right. Yeah.
Intriguing times for Officer Rafi.
Yeah, that is true, Jared. That is true.
It's like, hey, our people aren't that bad, right? Unless it's someone else who shall not be named who goes to the stadium, who some people don't like, then that's another issue. But all the other players, people treat him good, right? I mean, I know we're not going to be booing Formella when he goes to Argyle Park, so.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. No.
Yeah, Officer Rafi should not
No,
fear.
not at
Even
all.
if he's injured, he should still come by just so we can all see him back at the park.
Hey, what do you guys bet that I can get a selfie with Frankie Allop?
Oh, you got that. You got
I think
that.
you got that. Yeah, I think that.
You think I can get that?
I think so.
Why not?
Okay. Well, okay. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if he remembers me one more time. It's like, come on in for the selfie, dude.
He always remembers you, though, so right? It's just like, all right,
I know, that'll be fun. Okay, so here's a question. Do you think we can get more than 3 goals? I know that Luis and I are safely at 3-2, for the prediction. Do you think we can get more than 3? No, not here, not against Monterey.
Not really. No.
If Monterey's been playing and their defense has been what they did against Oakland and this year, I just don't see how we're going to get 3 goals plus.
Okay, all right, give it to you. I'll give
well,
that one to
Jared
you.
said 2 goals, so
Yeah.
I can't even ask you, Jared.
But please prove me
I said
wrong,
2,
please.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
prove me wrong. Prove me
Tina,
wrong.
yeah, I got
Prove me
you.
wrong.
I got you, Tina. All right, so here it is. We've been talking Dougie and Keko and Jacker and Carlos and Dan. Oh, time to cough up. Who is your favorite player so far? You could pick 3. You could pick one from each line. But, if you have one particular player right now, who's your favorite?
Keko.
Eh,
I'm sorry, I got to go with him. I love him too much. I think he's phenomenal. I think the guys are going to learn from him, from his experience. I think he's going to help make our team better, not just on the field, but even off the field once he feels more confident with the guys.
Jared, who you got?
I'm too old to do the dance, but I'm always open to teach me how to Dougie. Gotta go with Douglas Martinez. I'll probably break a hip or something like that trying to dance, but you know what? I'll cheer. I'll go with that.
So you like the Dougie? All right, all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's another thing, right? The dance, right? If there's a dance for that too, so maybe someone should let Douglas Martinez know about that, right? That might be the new celebration dance.
Well, Republic FC actually used that as a background for his goal on one of their clips from the first game. So they're already hip to that song.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Just someone, whoever knows the dance to it, teach it to him, and then before you know it, the whole stadium's gonna try and be dancing, doing the Dougie.
William, who you got?
Oh, I think same as Jared does. Yeah, because I know Dougie is simply so improving very well. So yeah, he is pretty confident actually.
I like that one. Ooh, okay, all right.
We got Tina saying Roro by default.
Yeah.
Got so many great prospects so far. So.
God, and you know what?
No
I know
question
Luis,
about Roro.
There's no question about Roro. Okay, so Roro is like not a favorite, but he is like that. He's above favorite. He is like the entire
Goat.
like, yeah, he is like our goat. So there's once you remove Roro from contention, then who? It's kind of like after Roro, who do we? Oh, look at he's wearing the old Lotto kit. I have that, by the way. It's
Babyface Roro.
I have. Where is that guy? It's right over. I'm not pointing very well, but you see the stripe? I have it right there.
Oh yeah, look at that! Wow,
And it's
it's
signed,
autographed too.
Yeah, it's signed by all the 20. I don't know if it's the 14 player. I think it's the 14 players.
Oh
the
wow, yeah,
2014 players.
that jersey was so great. I mean, look.
That's beautiful.
They are very iconic. I got one.
History in the making with that jersey, right?
Roro's jersey
all
though.
things.
It was
If
all the way
anyone
down
has one
to
for sale, extra large, I'll buy it.
And I love the size of the crest on that too.
Yeah. It's
Oh
really good.
yeah.
But it was not a iron-on crest. It was literally a part of the imprint, the screen print of the whole entire kit. The funny thing is about those jerseys, they were so unpredictable. One time you would get a medium and it would be like the right size, the next medium, where like Roro, the one he's wearing there, probably came down to half his thigh. Oh, it did. See, look how long it is. They hated that.
Yeah.
The guys hated sometimes how long they were and and how baggy the sleeves were. And then the next time you get the same size and it's like totally different. Lotto was bizarre. And there are a few people that will attest to that, including Roro. And Nevin Vukovic and all the guys. They will say that about that kit. Okay, so we've got Luis, did you say who your favorite was? I mean, you take Roro out because he's like the GOAT. So after Roro, who's your favorite? Did you say
okay, yeah, because I was going to say, well, if I pick three, like you mentioned before too, like definitely Roro is one there. He's the number one right now. I would also say Luis Felipe. I've been really impressed by him these first couple of games. It's like, we got the same guys last year without the yellow cards as much. So that's good. But he's one of those that is always giving it his all. And then the new guys out back, Jack Gurr, right? I mean, the guy's just running back and forth and standing up and just it's like he listened to you, Sharon, right? That friendly game we saw, right? Where you're like, just stand up, like just don't just stay on the ground unless you're really like critically injured, and just keep going. And it looks like, the guy's kind of changing his ways with that. And I mean, if you change that, you got a really quick guy who's just going back and forth and making his runs and all that. So yeah. And I really hope he scores that goal. Like we said, we want to see the dance. Yeah, Tina's all about Gurr this year too.
Yeah, well, I think go ahead.
Positively right.
Two is actually defense wins championships, Jack Gurr and Dan Casey. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I like you, Ryan. I think that's awesome. I have to agree. Defense does win championships. Duke still has a mega soft spot in my heart. Just especially after watching what he did with the players' support, by the way, making his way up the pitch and scoring the game winner last weekend. Duke still has a real fire in his belly for winning. So I really like Duke, but my God, Keko really does bring something different to our squad. And, I'm hoping the best. Look at, there he is. Duke Lacroix.
He has a natural face.
Yeah.
I saw him after the game, after not this past game, but the game before, and I was talking to him, and I know he said he was definitely feeling a lot better. He's getting his strength back. Obviously, he looked good last game, so I'm hopeful for him. I like him a lot. I think he's awesome and a good human being in general.
Oh yeah. He's done great things. Is he holding a energy drink? Is that just me? No, just no. I noticed there's something in his hand. Is that?
Oh yeah, it looks like it
He must be, yeah.
Like a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
I
Right?
know, it almost looks like a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah, okay, that was like, oh.
Whoa. That's taking Casual Friday a little too casual, sir.
I thought it was a team picture too, right? Because you have the white background. And
yeah, it does look like a team picture, but is that?
He was like, hold up, I'm thirsty. I need a drink, my energy drink.
No
I know we need a way to get White Claw Wednesday out there, but come on now.
Yeah. Aw, bless your heart. So that's funny. Duke, team, yeah. He would score even more points if he Dougie'd his shorts, but whatever.
Oh, that was his LinkedIn profile picture too. Look at that.
Oh, that's his LinkedIn with a Mike's Hard? Okay. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if that's a Mike's Hard Lemonade. It sure looks like it, though. Yeah. All right. So let's see. We've talked about different things. We've talked about what we think the scoreline would be. We talked a little bit about how we think we will do against Monterey. We've talked about who we think might score first and the yellow cards and all that other good stuff. Is it time to move on to our special segment of prior to Unsolved Mysteries? Are we doing the giveaway, Luis, or are we waiting for after Unsolved?
Let's wait until after Unsolved. Maybe. You know what? I'm not gonna wait. Let's just go ahead and
So before you say anything, I have written something down way earlier, and I really, we love the fact that everybody wears their State of the Republic scarves. And before the podcast even began, it was like, who from Sac Republic always wears their scarves? And I gotta give a shout out to this person right here, Jessica Link. She always has her scarf on, and I love it. And now Rosa does too. And those who have the scarves have been wearing them. So really want to give shout out to people who like them. I mean, they're orange. I mean, they're a totally different color than anything that's out there. they're a standout. Ryan, they're different. They're totally different. So I just wanted to do that. I wanted to get that before we moved on to the scarf giveaway. And I know you don't want to wait any longer. So
yeah, and let's stop the music right there in the background too, right? And how about we change the music?
So this was done random. You did this by keeping track of everybody who retweeted and liked and did all that stuff. Luis, can you explain the rules before we move on to the signed scarf contest giveaway?
Yeah. Okay. So rules that we had for the scarf giveaways, we had to tweet out. People had to retweet it and also follow us as well, right? You had to do both to actually be able to participate. And then I went through, I put everyone's, or I went on this tool, I should say, that had basically everyone who retweeted the page there, but it also filtered out by people who were actually following as well, right? Just that way we had both of them. And so went on there and just had the 44 retweets, which is what we had, just go through. And the first person that popped up that actually did both of the things and that qualified for this is, and I should probably put some music here while happens too.
Drum roll.
Oh, that actually sounded like someone was actually playing.
Yeah, William and Ryan were all drum rolling. And the winner
who gets this amazing signed scarf, again signed by most of the squad, and also including Todd Donovan as well, right? So you got an MLS champion, multi-champion that is also on the scarf. Is look, I hear the drums there.
Okay, this sounds like bedroom music, but whatever.
All
It's
right.
SOTR After Dark.
SOTR After Dark. Okay, so
All right. How about that? All right.
all right.
All right.
All right, let's not delay. Who we got?
All right. Winner is Jessica Link at GirlyX29. Jessica, thank you so much for participating. You are the winner. If you're watching, right? If you're not watching, you'll find out on Twitter because we'll tag you as well. So she gets this scarf. Thank you again, everyone, for participating in our contest. We're going to be having more contests in the future as well. So don't just think it's just this one. We're going to have more merchandise giveaways as well. So just be out on the lookout because we're going to be giving out more things too. And we'll be doing a lot of those here through our town hall live shows. So just stay tuned to the podcast so you can find out what our next giveaways will be like too. So
Congratulations, Jessica.
Congratulations.
Way to go, Jessica. You finally get it.
Tina saying yay, Jessica.
Yeah, I think we're all happy for Jessica. This is great. This is great. All right, we have one more piece of our podcast before we get too much further down. So I'm trying to find it. Come on, Luis. Where is it?
Well, while you find that too, just so everyone knows, if you guys want some podcast stickers, Sharon's gonna have them tomorrow. I'm not gonna be at the game, but Sharon will be, and she has a good stack of them. If you're in Arizona or anywhere near there, Jared has a really good sized amount of stickers now, so he's loaded with them. So he also has them. So yeah.
Or if for some reason, if you're going to be coming here to Phoenix for the King Suns game on April 10th or so, so let me know. I'll try to bring some stickers as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Game's going on. Which, by the way, Kings are doing really good lately.
Right.
If you guys have noticed. Ooh, all right. We got Jared's USL Unsolved
Here
Mystery.
we go.
Too bad I can't load the music on here, Jared. So it's gonna be a different kind of music too.
I can imagine it, so not a problem with that. All right, so and this is a little bit of a surprise given today's earlier news, but what is with Republic FC and April Fool's Day? We know a couple of years ago that they decided to unravel or reveal whatever a quote unquote mascot, and it turned out to be the quail. But as we all know, those of us that have been fans for a while, it ended up being so popular that they decided to run with it. And as we've seen, the quail kit, which I still say is cursed, all the quail merchandise, the mask, including the swim trunks, which I think would be perfect for Dougie because they are short to begin with. But also today's announcement of the stadium. I mean, I get it's great news, it is big news, but couldn't have waited maybe one more day, like April 2nd, so at least that way it has more legitimacy? Because April 1st is the worst day to come out with any press conference or press release, because already people are going to think it's going to be BS. I mean, just look at the quail reveal. A lot of us thought it was fake. Like, what's going on, Republic FC? What is this business? But like I said, it's great news to hear about the stadium, but we could have waited another 24 hours for it. I mean, at least that way to add more legitimacy, because already at the start of this morning, I was already seeing USL memes thinking that this was a joke as well. I've even posted on a local group for Kings and Republic FC fans in Phoenix on Facebook that I think I'm gonna wait to celebrate this, given the April Fool's history. And myself, I am not a big fan of April Fools to begin with, but once again, Republic FC, why drop news today, April 1st? Let it marinate. Let it simmer for another 24 hours. Then drop the news on April 2nd, or do it the day before March 31st. But why? Why April 1st?
Yeah, my thoughts too. It's like, oh, it should have probably been yesterday, right? Or
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there you have it. There you have it. I swear to
Mhm.
goodness.
Yeah.
I also did one of those. Well, I hope it's true. And Tina agrees. Yeah. Yep. About the stadium. I mean, I keep I'm waiting for tomorrow. I'm literally waiting for the day to pass and for nobody to say, "Oh yeah, April Fools." So
Well, I hope it's real. It's posted on USLChampionship.com.
okay.
So I just find it hard to believe that'd be an April Fool's joke. But if it is, oh man, that's
Yeah.
good.
No.
To do it.
Right. You're right.
Yep, everyone
I don't
knows
think,
that. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's real, but
Yeah.
you're right, Jared. Why do it on April?
The
1st to
timing.
create that little doubt.
Timing.
I know they should.
yeah.
You're right, Tina. All the news outlets did run it. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, it could have been a massive April Fool's joke too, right? It's like-
Oh,
well, that wouldn't be good. I mean, if you think about it from a PR sense, like that would be a terrible April Fool's joke on a lot of people if it was not real. that would be, yeah.
so anyhow, everyone, I think it's great. We've had a great show. It's been wonderful tonight. So you've all been wonderful.
Music just goes there.
Yeah, this is the bedroom music, anyhow.
Oh yeah, it's we need to go back to. But yeah, you put it again, pre-podcast sticker. Have you gotten one yet? If you haven't, then just let us know. And if you have, then let us know. We have more too. If you want to just stick them everywhere you go, right? Of course, make sure you can actually stick a sticker wherever you do so. But there's a lot of places where you could sticker slap, right? So if you're at a spot, you're like, hey, I used up my 2 that you gave me, and I want more. We'll give you more. We have a lot, a large inventory of them. So just let us know more about that. All right. Well, final words from our guests tonight. Any final thoughts? Let's go in screen order here. Jared, you can go first. I'll put myself here.
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how we fare against Monterey. I mean, the fact that they did beat Oakland, although they are having some difficulties given the fact that they have a brand new coach, but it's definitely going to be interesting to watch. And I hope that the feed stays as perfect as it was during the San Diego match. Obviously, better results overall, but let's see. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jared. Yes, because I'm sure Sacramento will be handled to play Monterey very well, because I know they are finishing very well on the friendlies match. So hopefully it will be the same result as always.
Ryan, final words?
2-1, Sacramento. Keko scores a goal. I'd be happy if that happens. And I am sad that you're not going to see the surprise tomorrow, Luis. Sharon will do.
Maybe if Sharon could record it, maybe, or
Sharon will.
William, one of you, record whatever that is and share it with me. That'd be great. Unless I'm gonna see it on TV. Is there a chance that it might be shown on TV?
Maybe.
Well, I should. Yeah.
Depends on a couple
hopefully
things,
it
but
will be.
yeah,
Mhm.
maybe. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
If
Yeah,
not, I
true.
think who is it? Sharon or William? Which one of you is closer to Ryan's section?
I think William is closer by like 3 seats, right?
Oh.
Yeah, exactly right,
Oh.
Sharon. Yes, because we are still very close to you, actually.
Right? Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I
William,
wanted
you
to
could
give
think-
him popcorn, I could just chuck it over to him and he could catch it. It literally is. He's that close. But he's easier to get out on the aisle. So Ryan, make sure we're positioned correctly to be able to pick up on this surprise, whatever it is or wherever it is. You know, make sure you give us a little bit of a hint so that William and I can be in the right location.
I'll be on the field where the players sit, and yeah. there'll be
Ooh, oh, fancy.
Wow.
Fancy! I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, dude. We'll be looking for you.
Nice. Yeah. So go ahead
Perfect.
and do that, and then they'll share it with me. We'll share it on social media as well, so everyone
let
could
me-
see the surprise too.
Let me ask you guys real quick. Is anybody going to the Open Cup game on the 7th? I bought one ticket. So
Yes,
Ryan, okay, I'll see you there. There's
I'll
hardly
be there.
Yeah, okay, good. William, are you
myself.
going to be there?
I'll try. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not a mandatory thing. It's only Portland under the under 23s, but whatever.
What ticket did you get, Sharon?
I just got basic in section 105, but it's going to be so empty. You'll be able to sit wherever you want.
That's where I'm buying the ticket too. I'm actually just going to get it close to where my tickets are.
Okay, perfect. Good. All right. That's excellent.
By the way, Jared, I don't know if it looked like you were confused as to the music, or maybe it was something else.
No, just background noise or chatter here in the house. That's all.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the music. I was like, oh, don't worry, it's not your Spotify. It's it's
Yeah.
the live stream music.
Nope.
So,
Nope.
Okay.
Zoom
just
issues.
all right.
last thought, Sharon.
You know what? Just thank you everybody for being on tonight, and thank you Tina for playing along, and all the other folks that had a chance to drop a comment in. Jose Luis Salazar and Scott Bradford, really appreciate you guys popping in to see us. One day we would love to get our players popping in and dropping us little comments. Wouldn't that be a blast? So hopefully we can open that up and open up that communication, which seems to have a bit of a closed door at this point, but maybe someday in the future.
Yeah, we might even
I
have
can
him
make
on
it happen.
some townhouse.
You just got to let me know if that's what you guys want to do.
Yeah, we would love to have
Okay.
them on, but we have to go through our communications. There's a process we have to go through.
Mhm.
It's a chain of command, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
we'll,
team.
we'll work on having them on a town hall sometime too, and also some live show interviews as well. So we're working on that. Hopefully we'll have them on too. It's our hope that we'll have them on every podcast. Have like a 5-minute, just quick reaction of one or two players. So just be on the lookout for that. We're working on that. And Tina says, anytime, go Republic. Awesome.
Nice.
Well, once again, just as Sharon said, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. As always, really appreciate your support and also listening to the podcast show. If you haven't heard it yet, go check it out too. We talk about last week's game, and not just that, but now we include audio from the press conference, because Sharon actually was able to attend, and she'll be attending tomorrow as well. So we'll have more reactions in the next show as well, and that's just going to be a thing we do after every home game, is have some reactions, because those things are things that y'all never really get to hear. So it's always kind of interesting to just hear what is usually written, right? Because usually those things are written for like Fox 40 and other local newspapers as well. So we'll give you the audio version of it too. So awesome. Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you next time here on our Town Hall live show.